Whiplashed by the big rotation, your Mag 7 portfolio on fire, join the club. This is the week that was. I'm Giulietta Talevi, my co-host is Sasfin Brown, and whinging their way with us through the next 24 minutes, Sasfin Securities, David Shapiro, and Vestact's Khumalo.
I did the numbers. Nothing is on fire. We are 5% away from the all-time highs.
Yeah. CrowdStrike is red year to date.
So that's on fire. That's on. We agreed about this. You can tease me all you like, but that's definitely.
Hey, I hold it. So,
Giulietta, you know what I love about markets? This is how markets work.
Yeah.
3 steps forward, 1 back, or maybe even 2 back.
Yeah.
And every time it starts to come back, people start getting self-doubt. Oh, AI, disappointing, not going to happen. And they start creating their own worries. Yeah. And you say, hold on a sec, if you look at the results, they're outstanding. I mean, the companies are making huge cash. Just wait, rotation. That's a hedge fund issue. The hedge fund boys start to say, get out, rotate.
Why do they do that? Because they're short.
No, they're long. They were long of Mag 7, call it. They were long of tech. And that has always been my biggest worry when they get out. When they get out, they let you know.
They're momentum traders.
Yeah, so, and then they say, we're getting into the Russell 2000. So that you also get in there as well, and the whole thing goes up.
Well, I asked ChatGPT if I should panic, and ChatGPT said it wouldn't give me financial advice, which was totally useless.
You need to bridge your ChatGPT to be a little bit more honest.
Well, I asked Claude as well, and Claude gave me a very long answer. Anthropic.
Or Llama, you can ask Llama.
I should have asked Llama.
Because the new Llama is a little more interactive.
Yeah, Zuck knows what he's doing.
Is there one called Luddite? Because that's the one that I would subscribe to.
You've got to go on to, what's it called, Juno, or one of those that makes songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's it. So you can say, write me a song about Giulietta.
Doing this, wearing
this and that.
Really?
And it says, I want to sing it like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. There's still a ways to go on those.
I shall go home and make a fire by rubbing sticks together. That's how I feel in this conversation.
Okay, so the answer is don't panic. This happens.
Yeah. But we're still going to panic.
Okay. Panic, but this happens.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, also making news this week, Joburg's most useless puppet mayor may be on his way out, but not without some kicking and screaming first. Zizi Kodwe finally does the right thing. Shine is coming to a mall near you. Ticketmaster has pounced on Quicket, and if you can't sell rent, just ask Borwin. There's a kerfuffle in Quantum's henhouse. Signia's CFO didn't last a year. Impact is in the competition clear. The inmates of Sun City are living at large, and Anglo has embraced the impairment. But because the last few weeks have been Joe's, we shall start with his not-so-gracious exit and the prospect of Kamala Harris in the White House.
And it is my great honor to have Joe Biden's endorsement in this race. So, Wisconsin, I am told as of this morning that we have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination. And I am so very honored, and I pledge to you I will spend the coming weeks continuing to unite our party so that we are ready to win in November.
Not to mention America's polarized and populist politics.
Voters are either on the extreme left or, frankly, on the extreme right. In the United States, absolutely, you've seen a drift towards populism. You've seen the Make America Great movement gain traction during the first term of Trump. Now, again, it looks as though it's on steroids if you watch the Republican convention over the last week or so. And certainly voters are becoming more critical of incumbents.
What Kamala Harris has said cannot be undone by what is. If you know her favorite line, you'll get it.
Harrisisms.
Exactly. No, so I like what's currently happening because it was a done deal, sealed, dispatched, that the Republicans are going to win, the presidential race. But then after the big man stepped down...
Who's the old man now?
Exactly. So exactly. Now that he stepped down, Kamala Harris, we saw a massive spike in new voter registrations.
And donor, a big,
there's been donors
a big sort of impetus to the donor machine for the Democrats.
That too. So George Soros and his friends are back, donating to Kamala Harris. So it definitely is shift, sort of the odds towards somewhat their favor, but it's not final.
Yeah. I mean, David, one of the issues that people have been talking about this week is J.D. Vance. It was an interview he had given with Tucker Carlson.
That man is a rock star.
Yes, but he was talking about how childless cat ladies aren't invested in the future.
Into the couch story.
Yes, and aren't invested in, if you don't have children, you're not as invested in the future of a country. And to some extent, I see his argument. I mean, please don't scream at me. On the other hand, it's incredibly misogynistic. And you could have a woman will look at this and think, I'm not voting for these guys. They're a bunch of sexists.
I know.
Which could be another, I suppose, factor in these elections.
She's going to get a lot of the young voters that aren't in those Midwestern states.
She's got young voters 2-1, and it's clear she's been in this race for 4 days.
Yeah,
which is impressive. I mean, the voter poll surge, I was surprised.
She's coming across well. She's articulate. She hasn't got that that look, that blank look that Biden had.
I think everyone here doesn't have that.
So I'll give her a chance. I still think there's a lot of road to cover as well. I heard Larry Summers, former Secretary of the Treasury, kind of endorsing her economic policies versus Trump. And if they can build on that, there's a massive momentum that they can gain. Basically, that Trump's going backwards, kind of pouring oil on the fire, so I think she's got a chance.
I think she could weigh more. You talk around the polls, etc. I think also as I said a moment ago, who's the old man now? Well, it's Trump, 79. It's also their entire conference, everything has been Biden. And I mean, the Democrats have done a brilliant bait and switch. I mean, for the right reason.
So now you don't have your target.
Your
so
target
what do you
is
do
gone.
now?
Yeah.
I just, Trump, I'm going to unite the country. And then in the next breath he says, Kamala Harris, dumb as a rock.
Everyone,
she's not as tough as me. That's the word.
Dumb as a rock.
She's not as tough as me. If that's your running line now, you're running out of. You're running out of dictionary.
That was never a very a big book to start off with in Trump's lexicon. Well, we're not exactly friends of the trade union, but Solidarity has done us all a solid by challenging chunks of the woeful NHI Act in court, and it's won. In essence, the government cannot dictate where private healthcare practitioners can work, which is a key component of the NHI's central planning strategy. Now for the Concourt and Oren Motsoaledi's light bulb moment. Okay, Oren Motsoaledi's light bulb moment is not something I would hold my breath for.
No, but this is what we've been screaming and kicking about here in studio, saying, if I have money, let me go to the hospital I like. Let me choose the insurance I want.
Or if
Why am I being punished for having a bit of money than you?
Well, you won't be because.
Well, now, I was
essentially,
but now I'm not.
So it's now goes to the Constitutional Court to declare whether or not this is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
But the High Court has already said
High Court
it's
said
not,
it.
and essentially illegal.
It's going to get trust. I mean, the argument has been, there's been many arguments against it, but the one has been that just constitutionally that NHI bill doesn't stand muster. And this is the first leg to go, and there are many more that will follow it.
So this means it's going to go on for years and years and years. But
meanwhile, you don't actually. I suppose the problem is that you have your eye on this because you're so hubristic and pig-headed about it, as opposed to saying, right, what is the pragmatic solution to fixing South Africa's public health care? Because actually, if you just took your eye off the NHI ball and applied it to that, then you might get some.
Yeah, do not punish those, who are already, paying so much for healthcare in South Africa, but do actually bring those who don't have the resources to the system.
Yeah, and make
so you can do you can do the one without interfering with the other. That's always been my argument from day one.
Well then, when do you know your mayor has run out of ideas? And we use that term loosely. Well, when he starts whining something about being the poor black child, or as Ramsbota says, tell them when a mayor, now they want to take the toys, the chain, the car, and the mayoral house, bloody haters, and it's not as if he did anything wrong, or to be honest, anything at all.
Do they still have TJ1 and the big chain?
Not TJ1, they have the chain.
You remember TJ1?
No, I know the
TJ1 was a
mayoral
Rolls
chain.
Royce,
the
on
mayor's
which the mayor used to
Okay, in
drive.
Durban it was ND1 and it was just
Yeah,
in the
that's
CDs.
the same thing. Oh,
It was in a Rolls Royce.
Anyway,
Now it's black BMW X3s and X5s.
yes, okay, yeah.
but does he still have the chain?
The chain is still there.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that's pure
Not every
gold.
day,
Oh.
because that gets a bit heavy. But the fact that Kabelo Gwamanda has now said, people are going after me because I'm the poor black child from Soweto, and he has rightly been lampooned for such an idiotic turn of
Yeah, I'm also
phrase.
the poor black child from Soweto, but do you see me moaning about it?
Oh,
No,
you should
well-
get a chain in a M3.
Yeah.
Sweet of
Join the
M3.
club.
Tailor-made
So
suit.
Actually, you're looking very smart today, Bryce.
No, thank you.
You've joined the
Handmade
suit,
shirts,
you've joined the
handmade
suit
thing.
club.
Yeah, okay.
Hermes perfumes.
We are completely eclipsed. Before the break, someone in France really, really doesn't like sport. Hours before the 2024 Olympic Games opening ceremony is due to kick off, France's high-speed train operator has suspended services across much of the country today after being hit by sabotage attacks. Vive la révolution, we say. What is going on there?
So this
No, they're
happened.
actually fires on train tracks.
Well, I was about to say, is this the cyber attack? Because we had a similar thing happen in the Winter Games. It was in South Korea, and we knew who did that. So
The Olympic Games are supposed to bring the world together where everything's forgotten. You know, all bad things are forgotten. You get together. The French, yeah.
Vive la révolution.
Yeah, I mean, I got a moan. I thought I would sign up for Showmax to watch the Olympics. And it turned
What's
out,
happened?
well, you only get like 3 minutes a day. And it's a
Well,
random
that's all
3
you need
minutes.
for swimming and for gym.
No, in
No, you can join actual full DSTV. It's $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or $2,000 for the month. You get the whole thing, and then you can decide what you do afterwards.
I
yeah.
think maybe my daughter's attitude towards it encapsulated best for me, because I was telling her this is the Olympics, this is what it's all about, people compete. And she said in the car on the way to school today, in a very doleful voice, Mummy, do I have to do the Olympics today? No, darling, you
You
don't.
don't have to do the Olympics.
After the break, a jam-packed week in companies. Stay with us.